now, and Fia Morosa heads the ratings number 1 over 5 Reeve, 6 and Jessie, and 10 Fate Champetre. So 1, 5, 6 and 10. This is the Emirates Plate. Open fillies and mares over the 1400. Fia Morosa at $4.70. 4 Millennium Charm at $8.60. 6 and Jessie at $5.20. 8. Apo Quality is at 24, and best of the others, 11 Incarnation at 6.70, 12 My Check Chick at 15, and 15 Ski Lodge at $18. Ian goes 1 Fia Morosa to beat 4, 11 and 13. Ian Craig.
Good boy, Rod, and this is race number 8, and $3.70, $1.90, firm favourite for Yamarosa. On tote and also on track here, a clear favourite on track. A little money late for Millennium Charm in the betting ring, and accordingly on the tote. And she's $6.80, and number 6 is $6.50, and that is St Jessie, now $6.60. So for Yamarosa will jump away a firm pick. 2 starts ago, she ran a close second here behind Zana, who did so well subsequently in Melbourne. And then, of course, last start here beat Nips for Yamarosa, up from 55.5 to 58 today. Chris Lee's the trainer, Hugh Bowman the rider. Now the field is moving up well. Up comes Empress Air, Apo Quality, and She Swan Lake will be the last 2 to move in. Here comes Apo Quality. Apo Quality, a little sweat wipe from her neck, and in she goes, and only She Swan Lake to link in. 380, 190 in New South Wales for Yamarosa. And here's She Swan Lake. Field of 15 running here, race number 8. This is the Emirates Plate. Oh, through the gates goes Incarnation, and one of the clerks of the course in a hot pursuit. But Incarnation quickly under control from Craig Carmody and one of the clerks of the course. Incarnation now coming back towards the barrier stalls. On track for Yamarosa of firm picks. Second elect is Millennium Charm. Previous taken by Cataclysm, the very honest mare. Number 8 beat 4 Centre Fire, 9 Chester County and 2 National Saint. Rod Quinn aboard Cataclysm. Other winners have been Silk and Money, Shamrock, Shore, Sardara, Jolie, Sharp Enough and Yes Boss. Now Incarnation back around behind the gates, and in she goes, and once again we're set for a start in the Emirates Plate. Ready now. They're off. And St Jessie didn't jump all that quickly. The favourite for Yamarosa is the early leader, taken on immediately by Ski Lodge. And going up smartly is Native Jester in search of the lead. A length and a half further away as they settle fully into stride then. Going up very, very quickly is Incarnation. Now Incarnation and Native Jester put on the speed. For Yamarosa, a handy third from Ski Lodge, Fate Champetre, and then a gap on the outside. My Check Chick, All Gold Reeve. About 2 lengths then to St Jessie, parked inside its stablemate Empress Air, Millennium Charm, Royal Theatre, Apo Quality, She Swan Lake and Aaron B. By golly, they're stringing out at the 7.50 and Incarnation on the outside, a Native Jester with Native Jester ahead in front for Yamarosa third. Ski Lodge is running 4th and 2.5 then to Fate Champetre. Over on the inside of My Check Chick, 3 lengths to Reeve, Empress Air, Millennium Charm, She Swan Lake, and then comes St Jessie, All Gold, followed by Apo Quality, Aaron B and Royal Theatre. Around the corner they travel. Incarnation from Native Jester for Yamarosa and My Check Chick, and 2 lengths Ski Lodge, a gap to Empress Air, and then Fate Champetre and Reeve. But My Check Chick, who's made a long run, is the clear leader now inside the 200. My Check Chick from the top weight for Yamarosa, Ski Lodge and Millennium Charm is coming late. The leader is My Check Chick. She's holding them all at bay, and My Check Chick beat either on the inside for Yamarosa or Millennium Charm wide out from Ski Lodge, Reeve at Apo Quality. She Swan Lake, and then came St Jessie, Empress Air, Fate Champetre, followed by Aaron B and Incarnation, Royal Theatre, All Gold, and Native Jester was absolute. My Check Chick's got the prize here at $12.70 and $3.80. Did a bit of work too over the last 600 metres, but Chris Muntz is having a field day this afternoon. That's 3 for Chris. And Mark Connors puts the polish on the Marweena mare, a 6-year-old from the Deveront mare, Her Tucker. My Check Chick and Millennium Charm is prominent on the outside. She made a dash at them coming down past the 200 metres, but My Check Chick had drawn clear. Fiamma Rosa battled on very well, and then coming home late on the outside was Millennium Charm. Be little in it for second and third. Millennium Charm's wide out, so she's got a good chance here. She's run second. And number one, and that is Fiamma Rosa in third position. 12 first, 4 second, 1 third. Number 15 ran fourth, and that was Ski Lodge. The winner, My Check Chick, Chris Munt. Second goes to number 4, Millennium Charm by Charnwood Forest, trained by Guy Walter George Scamona. Number 1, Fiamma Rosa by Dane Hill, Chris Lees, Huey Bowman. She looked to have her chance. It was run to suit with the speed clapped on by Native Jester and Incarnation. Winning margin was a length with a half head between second and third. 122.49 is yet another class record here. The previous held by Go Ziggy, 122.98. 35.
Okay, Ian, My Check Chick. There's Chris Muntz returning with My Check Chick for trainer Mark Connors. Trifecta there, 394. First four, 12, 4, 1 and 15, $6,398. And they're moving on to the track. Time to head to Alf Matthews with the late mail on race 9 at Flemington.
As the carnival comes to a close for the last race, let's try and get some more of the bookies' money and the totes' money. Number 7, Forced Apollo. Unlucky last start. The run was outstanding, and this horse looks absolutely magnificent in the mounting enclosure. More than happy to put it on top. Number 4 also looks very good. Silver Birch, game customer, been set for this race, I have no doubt in my mind. Also number 11, which is a horse called Red Hanny.
So the curtain about to fall on the carnival for 2003. Here's Teos Pleasure coming up. Good move for Mr. Murphy at longer odds, but the favourite is a toss-up between Silver Birch and Force Apollo. Now Zoometric coming up into the gates. Mr. Magoo won this last year, ridden by Brad Rewiller. Brother Nash is on this afternoon. The Pumper won it 2 years ago, and Flavour landed a huge plunge in this race back in 2000. Was back from 10s to about 4-1. Now Regicide coming up into the line, around a half a dozen to move in, including last year's winner Mr. Magoo, who comes up. Regal Roller goes in, steadier of 59 on Mr. Magoo's back. Now Silver Birch coming up in company with To Be Fair. Silver Birch, a big winner under a huge weight last start at Mildura, drops 5.5 here today. No Deposit coming up. So the carnival about to close. What a great success story it's been. Marbine will be the last to get ready. Force Apollo favourite, Silver Birch really pressing him for top billing in the race. Set to go, racing now. And Caradan jumped reasonably. Zoometric seemed to knuckle soon after the jump and settles at the end, and Regicide pinged out with No Deposit, and they share the lead in the early stages from Phonome driving up, and Teos Pleasure also. Force Apollo a lot handier today in the white with the yellow sleeves down on the inside with Marbine around him, then To Be Fair, Regal Roller. They're followed by Mr. Magoo, Wingrove just steadying over heels. About a length further back then to Silver Birch, Green Pick wide, and then Caradan, Red Hannigan, and Zoometric as last of all. Regicide leads at the 800 metres. Marbine is now second. 2 lengths away is Mr. Murphy, who's got a gun run right behind the pace on the inside of Phonome. No Deposit deeper out, and they're followed by Teos Pleasure, and then came Regal Roller, To Be Fair. 2 lengths away then Force Apollo, who seemed to drift back a fair way on the inside now. They leave the fences, plenty of room for him to come through, and then came Mr. Magoo and Wingrave, and Silver Birch getting to the outside. In the straight now, Force Apollo continuing to make ground on the inside. Regicide had the lead from No Deposit, Force Apollo, Teos Pleasure, Wingrove the inside, and then To Be Fair and Silver Birch coming to the 200 metre mark now. Regicide still there, still a narrow leader. Regal Rollers coming at him the inside. Silver Birch, and then came No Deposit. Regicide is still in front. He's tired, but he's holding on, and Regicide wins it by a length to Silver Birch. Either Red Hannigan or No Deposit, with Wingrove for third, and Regal Roller just missing out. So too Force Apollo. Next to finish then Green Pick, followed further back by Mr. Magoo and To Be Fair, and back behind them a Caradan, Phonome, the weakening Marbine, and Mr. Murphy. Zoometric towards the end, and Teos Pleasure last in.
And Regicide, Darren Gauci for John Hawkes takes out the last event For the VRC Spring Carnival, Regicide Darren Gauchi, 10.53.70 over Silver Birch, no deposit third. That trifecta, $2,683. Tab Limited first four on the last, 15, 4, 10 and 11, $64,332.10, $64,332.10. Darren Gauchi returning after Regicide takes out the last event from Flemington. 9th at Renwick goes in around 15 minutes from now. And Sin Trail, 3, 4 Dial Tones, 7 Zaruk, 14 Main Beach are all 100 raters, 3, 4, 7 and 14. Main ones here for Dial Tones at $4.40, Spin Jester $7.70, Zaruk number 7 at $7.30. A Big Field down to number 9 Gwendolyn at 10 and 14 Main Beach at $6.10. Midnight Avenue, Hugh Bowman for John O'Shea, coming off a second at Randwick last start, defeated by Zanna. 16. Now correct weight after the 9th event from Flemington. Regicide successful, 15, 4 and 10. Unitab first four, 15, 4, 10 and 11, $10,570, $338.90. They're on the track for the last event from Renwick, and the main ones here for Dial Tones at $4.50, Spin Jester $6.80, Zaruk at $7.70. Best of the others. Over to horse 9 Gwendolyn at 12, 14 Main Beach for Chris Munce, who was successful in the previous event, on My Check Chick, and Main Beach at $5.40, and 16 Nordic Emperor is at 57, and best of the others 17 Shenanigan at 26. Let us head to Ron Dufficy with the late.
Now let's have a look over here at the 1200 metres as the last few are linking in. Enabler's drawn the inside. Flying Spears coming up towards the gates now. There's Bernie Cooper going in on Architrave. Main Beach is riderless. She's tended to mend her barrier manners in more recent times. Main Beach, she was a real problem early on in her career. Flying Spear walks in. Main Beach still away, and so too Nordic Emperor. And Dean joins us now, so there's only, by the look of things, maybe one to come in. 4:10 in New South Wales, number 4 here. That's Dial Tones. On track is just favourite ahead of Spin Jester. Now Nordic Emperor's in, so they're set for a start. In the last event of the day, we've got 16 of them running, and the event is over 1200 metres. Movement from Sin Trail. Racing this time, Zaruk, one of the best to bounce, immediately headed by Sin Trail. Main Beach will lead the pair, then Nordic Emperor. Hill of Tara followed closely by Shenanigan, improving. So too Dial Tones, Most Wanted Architrave. Enabler going up on the inside from Work and Tumble. Manchika Bay, Spin Chester getting a long way back, and so's Midnight Avenue, and Flying Spear is back amongst the tail enders as they work down the side with Gwendolyn second last. Coming down to the 650, and Main Beach sped away from Sin Trail. Third is Zaruk, and travelling for Shenanigan. Dial Tones the inner from Nordic Emperor. 3 Hill of Tara, Enabler followed then by Most Wanted, Work and Tumble, Architrave, then Manchika Bay, Spin Jester, Gwendolyn, Midnight Avenue, and Flying Spear is last as they string out around the corner. The speedy Main Beach, a length and a half on Sin Trail. Zaruk third, fourth Nordic Emperor, and then Dial Tones, Shenanigan, a good margin to Hill of Tara. They come to the distance marker, and Main Beach, Christopher Munce looking for 4. Zaruk second, Sin Trail third, and then Nordic Emperor. Main Beach is getting tired. Zaruk is pegging her back. Zaruk runs to Main Beach, puts pay to her hands. Zaruk draws on to beat Main Beach and Sin Trail. And then came Nordic Emperor. Spin Jester rattled home with Manchika Bay and Architrave. Then Flying Spear and Dial Tones, followed by Shenanigan, Hill of Tara, Most Wanted. Then Gwendolyn, Midnight Avenue didn't raise a yelp. Work and Tumble second last, and Enabler was absolute. Zaruk wins the last for Mitch Bell. 7 Zaruk, ridden by Mitchell Bell for local trainer Patrick Webster, and that's a winning double for Mitchell today. He booted home Silk and Money from Port Macquarie trainer Pat Quinn in race 6. Zaruk, very genuine horse, 22 starts, 6 wins, 5 seconds, 2/3. Came from an outside alley by Last Tycoon from Pleasure Cruise, raced by Mr. J. Sabag, and has scored well in the time of 1 minute 9:69, and that I think is the 4th class record of the day. previous here held by Sabre Knight 110.30. Main Beach will be second, has got a very, very fast 600 metres, but she just finds it a little difficult at the end of 12 as the numbers flash up. 14 second, and the third goes to number 3, and that is Sin Trail, and number 16 was the official fourth, Nordic Emperor. Midnight Avenue couldn't get out of its own road despite the hard riding of Huey Bowman. Spin Jester was the horse that caught my eye. He's dead set one to follow. Spin Jester. 7 the winner. 14, 3, 16, and here are the totes. Number 7 paid $8.30 and $2.70. Number 14 returned $3, and number 3 was $3.70. The Quinella $22.10, Exacta $64.40, Trifecta $340.50. The first four $8,802.80. And the margins on the last, a long neck, a half a length, a class record run of 109.69, 35.18. So the winners, Yes Boss Chris Munce, Sharp Enough Chris Munce, Jolie George Shimoni, Sada Ra Lacey Morrison, Shamrock Shore Ronnie Stewart, Silken Money Mitch Bell, Cataclysm Rodney Quinn, My Check Chick Chris Munce, and of course Mitchell Bell, booting home Zarouk in the final event. Correct weight will wrap it up from Randwick as we say good afternoon to you all.
Terrific, Ian. Thank you. Ian Craig there from Randwick. 7, 14, 3 and 16. 8,802.80 was the True Steel Horse 1 at $4.10. You've got Bold Mirage at $7.50. For Major Metal, $5.10. And 7, Swift Shern at $2.40. The fourth event coming up from Belmont. Darren McCauley is your caller. He goes for Major Metal to beat 1 and 7. 4, 1 and 7. Also later on we have the seventh event.
Here comes True Steel walking up towards the stalls. The favourite, number 7, Swift Jeune. John Clayt brings Swift Jeune along. The starter has the button, looking across to the field from his inside ladder. The gates are back and they're racing now in the Ascot Gold Cup, and the first out, True Steel, in company with the Bank. Also quickly into stride, Desert Dreamer with Major Metal out there 4 deep in the run up the straight the first time. Bold Mirage just behind them. He's one off the fence. Swift Jeune behind them, second last, settling outside as they come down to the home to the winning post by Shoeless. And with 1,800 to go, True Steel works his way to the front, and Harvey's going to control the speed of the race by 3/4. Desert Dreamer, Major Metal still sitting 3 deep. On the fence running fourth is the Bank. Bold Mirage is fifth over the crossing. A length and a half to Shoeless, and he's back inside of the favourite Swift Jeune as they work over towards the 1,500 metre mark. And the son of the Melbourne Cup winner, Jeune, True Steel, is loping along and doing it easily. A length Major Metal getting up second, one off the rails now. 3/4 to the Bank, third on the fence. Desert Dreamer settles just behind them. He's now fourth. They're being followed after 1.5 to Bold Mirage, and then came the stablemate Shoeless, and the favourites back last with Jeune. They just start to up tempo a little at the 1,100 metre mark, and this big rangy chestnut striding along in front. This is where he really relishes racing. True Steel by a length, Major Metal and the Bank over on the inside with 1,000 metres to run. A length and a half further back to Desert Dreamer, which is coasting along. He's in the clear. Bold Mirage behind them, then Shoeless on the fence, and Swift Jeune still trails the field. 6 lengths off the leader, True Steel, being pushed along, going down the side of the course, trying to get away from Major Metal, who's also being dug up to stay with the big fellow. A length and a half, Desert Dreamer, the Bank calling it a day. Then came on the outside Bold Mirage, travelling up to fourth. In behind them, Swift Jeune starting to make his move around the outside of Shoeless as the Bank drops out quickly along the fence. On the corner though, and True Steel shaken up by Clint Harvey, kicked away from them. Race 2 or 3 in front of Desert Dreamer. Bold Mirage now to the outside in front of Swift Jeune. They beat off Major Metal. It's True Steel leading a length. Desert Dreamer a length and a half to Bold Mirage. Swift Jeune behind them. Desert Dreamer drew alongside of True Steel. It's Desert Dreamer hitting the front, and Desert Dreamer, under hard riding from Jason Miller, pulls away and wins the Ascot Gold Cup from True Steel. Bold Mirage third, Swift Jeune fourth, then Shoeless, Major Metal, and last is the Bank. Well, number 6, Desert Dreamer, has turned things right around today, up to the 2,200 after finishing unplaced in last Saturday's York Handicap. And Desert Dreamer has turned it right on this afternoon to win the Ascot Gold Cup, coming away from True Steel. Just the step from 14 to 2200 metres, a little beyond him. He ran out of condition under the 57 after trying to do it all the way.
Okay, thanks, Darren. And success in the Ascot Gold Cup. Desert Dreamer successful. Jason Miller, New South Wales, 21.47.20. Have a True Steel Bold Mirage running third. Next event from Doomben. This is their last, restricted to
seven, 32, 28.2 and 28.8. Vancouver Makers lasted to win by a nose, but Red Del and Verada in a desperately close finish for second and third. 4 and a photo. 4 and a photo on race 4.
Okay, David, the 7th, the Asian Bow from Belmont, and 13, Deadeye Dick. Deadeye Dick for Neil Chapman and trainer Brad Graham, coming off a last start win at Belmont over Bon Royale. Moving up, next event from Weddy, the Greyhounds on the track. This is the 3rd and 4th grade 720, 2 watts new over the 22nd running of the Group 3 Asian Bow Stakes. As we head now to Darren McCauley.
Coming along, Kensal Bay, the only remaining runner, now out of the stalls. Favourite Superior Star. Kensal Bay's in. And the starter has the button. No, Kensal Bay has backed out at the last minute. Turned around, trotted back to the stalls by his rider, Kevin Forrester. He's now in their set. They're racing in the Asian Bow. Superior Star might have missed it a half a length, and Dexian also a little tardy into stride. Shane's Boy and Deadeye Dick were amongst the first to move. Coming over those, Son of Vassac joining Kames Hope. Settling down 5th, Kensal Bay from Kim Storm and Dedicated Miss, and Superior Star quickly improving. She's centre field. A length away, Crimson Secura. Space Age is next, and between horses, Track Jester at the 1,000. A little wide is Mogul, Ice Magic behind those, and then came Dexian travelling through along the fence. Technica shade wide, and last is Old Fashion. Out into the 850, and Son of Vassac pilots the field. A length and a half on Shane's Boy, taking a sit behind him. A length and a half then further back is Deadeye Dick on the inside of Kames Hope. A little more than a length, Kensal Bay going up, splitting Dedicated Miss, hugging the fence, and Kim Storm 3 deep. 1.5 to the favourite, Superior Star. Crimson Secura, Technica going around her when they come onto the turn. Space Age getting up along the fence, followed by Track Jester, Ice Magic and Dexian. Old Fashion and Mogul's last on straightening up. Shane's Boy hit the front, tackled though immediately by Kames Hope. Deadeye Dick just behind them from Kim Storm. Kensal Bay, no Superior Star today. 150 to go. Kames Hope wanted to dive towards the rail, had to be stopped riding and straightens up. Here comes Track Jester. He's coming with a brilliant run down the outside. Track Jester's got them. Track Jester storms to the front and wins the Asian Bow brilliantly. Track Jester scored from Kames Hope or Deadeye Dick. Old Fashion, an eye-catching run, finishing home from last on the turn, just behind them, with Dedicated Miss, Shane's Boy, Ice Magic, Crimson Secura, Dexian, Kim Storm. Superior Star didn't fire. And then Technica, Kensal Bay dropped out. So did Son of Vassac, Mogul disappointing, and back with them is Space Age.
Winner there, 16, Track Jester, a double to Jason Whiting, over a photo between 6, Kames Hope, and 13, the Asian Bow. Track Jester, Jason Whiting, a double for him. 23.60 and 6.20, trifecta $1,707. All clear Albion Park on.
The green light is through.